It's a big day for biathlon at these Paralympic Winter Games. 6 events on the schedule, 6 gold medals to be decided, all over the middle distance of 10 kilometres for both the women and the men. Welcome to Zhangjiakou. Wonderful to have you with us for Beijing 2022. The sitting, standing and vision impaired classes will be featured, and it will be athletes from Ukraine, China and the United States who have the pre-race favouritism. Recent form suggesting more success for those countries, but these 6 races also represent chances for other competitors to force their way into the reckoning. There is the order of events for today. The seeded event for the women will head the schedule, and we'll soon see if a little more distance makes a difference to this quality field. That and the fact that they are shooting 20 rounds, not 10. Success in the range will be absolutely pivotal.
Yeah, so we're going to look at the sitting races to begin with. Women's middle distance sitting category, and as ever, it'll be Masters and Gretsch battling out at the top. But well, the ace in the pack really has been the performance of the host nation athletes. Shan with a medal in the sprint event on day 1 of biathlon here. The temperature has been steadily rising, hasn't it, through the course of these Winter Paralympic Games. 4 degrees above up in the mountains at Zhangjiakou. There is enough snow, I'm happy to report, for racing, and we look forward to the first of our 6 races of the day, and it's going to be an action-packed day for sure.
11 competitors lining up, and we've got 4 from China, 3 from the United States, 1 each Canada, Germany, Poland and Ukraine. Laletina there, the 19-year-old and 18-year-old Derdelin from the United States. China, as mentioned, have featured very strongly, having before these games not won a medal in biathlon or cross-country, but they're right up there with Ukraine in the medal standings at this venue. But we look to the bottom there and look at Masters and Gretsch and see that they should again feature today. 3 of the top 4 in the sprint shot 100%. And we keep emphasising how important it is to do well with the rifle in hand. Such a warm day. Now, there is some breeze. It fluctuates in strength and direction. But those flags tell you it is a presence today, and as they settle into the range, it's where it's most important to adjust. They have some time to zero the rifles before competition, and some of that can go out the door if the wind changes. But there's Gretsch, who's had a good game so far, but she'll be sweating on a top spot on the podium. She'd love that to come today.
Yeah, she is the world champion from just 8 weeks ago in Lillehammer, the Paris Snow Sport World Champs. Were organised in January, delayed for a year, and Gretsch was excellent in the shooting range there, actually. That's how she had the edge on Oksana Masters, who missed 7 targets, Masters, but still finished on the podium. And there she is with the 12 Paralympic medals now in the Winter Games, and of course on the podium already twice here at Zhangjiakou.
She cuts an imposing physical presence, does Oksana Masters. A very athletic build and loves to compete. Was surprised really by her sprint victory. Anja Vicker, a veteran around these events. Some hope for Germany through her. 5th in the sprint. Won this event in Sochi.
And talking of surprises, it was Vicker in the shooting range. Had a really bad day in the sprint where she was the world champion. Now then, Shan, split Masters and Gretsch on the podium in the sprint. A superb silver for China. So, first race of the day, second day of para-biathlon here at the 2022 Beijing Paralympic Winter Games. First to go is Xu of China, Xu Beibei, 33 years of age. It's her second appearance at the Paralympic Winter Games. She was down the order, I'm afraid. 8th place in the sprint event. Goes off first here.
Monika Kukla, 25-year-old from Poland, from Krakow. Well, that's where she was born, at least. 11th in the sprint. Didn't finish at the 21 World Championships. Likes to listen to Italian music before competition. Says that relaxes her. So a person of eclectic taste, perhaps. Paracycling and rowing also on the resume for her.
One of the rookies of the United States delegation here, Lara Durdline. It's in San Diego, California. 18 years of age, and she is underway. Finished 9th in the sprint. It's 2 targets all told. One in the first, one in the second, and she'll be hoping for an improvement here in the middle distance event.
Fairly gentle, measured push to get her away, and she'll be followed out by another late teenager in Anastasia Laletina of Ukraine. And then China, Canada, Germany and the USA. Here is Wang. He's 22 years of age, 4th in the sprint. Now we've just had news that Laletina did not line up for the start, and that's why we did not see her get away. So that's unfortunate for the Ukrainian, but not the first to fail to make it to the start line. But Wang has offered a good pace. So the snow is softening. It's a little bit harder to make progress through it. He's Picton now.
Yeah, 24 hours on from a spectacular day for the Canadian Para Snow Sports squad here at Beijing 2022. Christina Picton gets out of the start gate, the 28-year-old from Canmore in Alberta. She was 7th in the sprint event. Needs to pick up the speed. She had an excellent performance on the range. She shot clear.
Zhai Yushin, 21-year-old from Handan, to the southwest of Beijing, was 6th in the sprint. Enjoys a bit of badminton and cooking. Let's see what she can serve up today.
So, Sean. Fabulous performance on the first day. Up in the mountains here at Zhangjiakou, Shan Yilin is a spectacular silver medal. And it really set the tone for what's been a fantastic championship so far here for the host nation, China. 11 medals all in the para-biathlon and cross-country so far.
The familiar face of Anja Vicker. If you've been watching Paralympic Winter Games over the years, you'll have enjoyed her performances. The German, 30 years of age now. Away she goes, 5th in the sprint, 8th in Pyeongchang, 2nd at the 2017 World Championships, and has a sports management degree.
So down to the last two to set off racing. Oksana Masters, the legend, now with 12 Paralympic medals. Going for another 5, by the way, after this event is done and dusted. 2 races so far, 2 medals, 9 in Winter Paralympic Games, 3 medals in rowing and cycling at Summer Paralympics. She is a legend, and what a challenge between her and Gretsch.
Gretsch really regards Masters as her mentor. Does that make her the Masters apprentice? Perhaps so. But from Colorado Springs, bronze in the sprint, and she was gold medalist in triathlon in Tokyo just barely 6 months ago. So what a pair of athletes we have here in Masters and Gretsch. Gretsch will need to be absolutely on top of a form to topple Masters today. A story likely to be told in the range.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing how the two Americans shoot. Gretsch was absolutely brilliant, unerring, if you will, in that World Champs final in Lillehammer 8 weeks ago. She shot clear. Each of those 4 visits to the range and those 7 misses for Oksana Masters really cost her dear. She was still able to get on the podium, but all our racers are away here in the women's middle distance race.
Wang getting some enthusiastic instruction early on in the event. I think this is the kind of day and the kind of conditions where, you know, the positive messages going to the athletes are going to be crucial. It's going to be hard going by the end. This snow is slow as Picton makes her way up this gentle incline. The maximum climb for the seated athletes is 7 meters today. Total climbing distance around the 2 kilometre lap is 44 meters. Slightly steeper ascents for the standing classes coming a little later.
Zhai there wearing bib number 7. So 3 Chinese racers here in this middle distance event. Zhai, Wang and Shan, and we have our first visitor to the shooting range. It was the first athlete to get out of the gate, Chu Bei.
Yeah, somewhere behind all that face covering is Chu, a 33-year-old. 100-metre penalty loops for missed shots. Well, did wise to get reset for that 4th shot. There's really a double penalty for a miss. It's not just the 100 metres, it's the effort and the time it takes. So if you can get the 5 from 5 and take a few extra seconds making sure of that, that's time well spent, as we have said before. Now, the left-hander, Kukla.
Yeah, she had an absolute nightmare on her first visit to the range in the sprint event. 4 misses. As she improved her marksmanship here.
That's a couple of 100 metres she didn't want to know about, but has to complete now.
Busy in the range now. It's Wang missing her first attempt. Missing on the second shot rather there, Wang. Well, she was clean. Both visits to the range in the sprint event, has 1 penalty loop to negotiate straight off. As we see Zhai coming into the range, and then Picton gets the rifle into the shoulder.
Two breaths between shots, 1 miss at the end, unfortunately, for Picton of Canada, a 28-year-old. Jai, a picture of calm concentration, looks very confident and cool. Gets it done.
Yeah, if you shoot clean, you have a fighting chance. Jai up and away. Now, Shan, 4 from 4. Can she go clear on the first visit to the range? Yes, she can. Excellent shooting from Shan. Up and away. No penalty loop required. So Wang with that miss, but Shan shooting clear. Jai too.
Masters. Two fairly shallow breaths between shots. And one of the favourites is on her way. Gretsch just arriving. And Vicker.
Vicker now. 2 shots missed in the first visit to the range in the sprint event. Not the start she wanted here either. Well, good correction in the circumstances after missing that first shot. It's still a penalty loop, but Anja Vicker leaves the first shooting range with a miss.
And Gretsch has had 1 miss according to our screens, so that's a little bit of a setback for the American. Masters clear though, others to shoot clear. Chu, Shan, Jai, Dodeline.
So there they go into that penalty loop section, which takes them out of the race for however long it takes them to complete that penalty circuit. And then it's back in. It's this extra variable we have in the biathlon events, the combination of the endurance and speed of the cross country, and then the ability to just lower that pulse rate and get your eye in on the shooting range. And of course, in this middle distance event, unlike the sprint, there are 2 extra visits. There are 4 visits to the range. So, okay, if it doesn't go as planned in the first visit, there is an opportunity to catch up later. But indeed, you mentioned it, that's a blow early on here for Kendall Gretsch.
So Masters, the early leader, but we're looking now at Chu, who was first away in this women's middle distance event.
Yeah, we've had the sprint. That was the racing that we saw on the first day of competition here at the Zhangjiakou National Biathlon Centre. We've got the individual races to come. Today, all about the middle distance racing for the men and the women across our 3 different categories, the sitting, the standing, and the vision impaired to come a little bit later. So Kukla was second away. A difficult first visit to the shooting range with those 2 misses, so that's held her back a bit. Dodeline, well, she was clear on the first visit. Biv 7, Jai, clear, and has made a really strong start to this race.
Most of the athletes with a 100% factored time, but we've got Vicker at 87% and Gretsch 96%. That is varying according to their impairment. And into the range again comes Chu after shooting clear the first time. Can she keep it up? The deeper into the race they get, the greater the oxygen debt and the more breaths possibly needed to be taken to Just get settled and drop that heart rate a little. And in the third and fourth stops at the range is where we might see more mistakes as the body comes under greater stress. But a fine job done there by Chu. She's 10 out of 10, giving herself a chance as Masters in that deep crouch that she adopts on the downhill sections. Got it going along nicely. Going to have some fierce competition today, though, from Chu, Shan, Wang. Possibly Gretsch if she doesn't miss another target. Those flags fairly still. Up and down the breeze today. Photographers gathered around the course, sending pictures of this great event around the world. And here's Masters.
Yeah, plenty of lenses trained on Oksana Masters, as we know. Formidable career. Likewise, Kendall Gretsch, and it's the multi-skilled nature of these athletes who can do it in the Summer Paralympic Games and indeed transfer the skill sets to the winter events. So now it's Wang at the range, her second visit.
Did miss the one at the first stop. Well, she's really applied the handbrake to her chances here with a couple of misses.
Yeah, not far off the podium in the sprint, but an awful lot to make up here. Now, Wang, a poor visit to the range there. The second of 4 visits. It's very busy at the shooting range at the moment as these athletes try to continue to shoot clear to remain in contention. So, Durdeline, faultless so far.
Oh, well done. 10 out of 10 for Durdeline, the 18-year-old, the junior in the field.
This competitor, anything but a junior. She's the grande dame, really, of this event. Oksana Masters, para-biathlon, 12 Paralympic medals all told, thanks to the 2 already secured.
Well, we were watching Durdeline shoot there. While that was happening, Masters popped in and popped out with another perfect shoot. Vicker. Sports management. Well, she knows a fair bit about sport with her career across multiple Paralympic Winter Games. I'm sure she's got a lot to offer. Gretsch now, really for her chances, this must be 5 from 5.
Take that, says Kendall Gretsch. Wow.
Yeah, a few seconds saved as well in the rapid nature of that shoot for Gretsch. That'll fire her up.
Super visit.
Great job done by our course officials here to keep on top of who's coming into the range, which rifle needs to be brought forward. So it's presented here for Vicker. Of course, unlike the Olympics, the athletes do not ski the course with the rifle on their back. It's kept in the range for them, and here goes Vicker.
Well, it's another miss, isn't it? Another penalty loop required of Anja Vicker, the 2014 gold medalist in this event.
Yes, if you're shooting at 80% and others at 100, that's a significant difference, almost impossible to make up on these short 2 kilometre laps. And Vicker will have to make another visit to the loop. 100 metres for the sitting category and 150 for the standing athletes.
So that's everyone who's coming to the range for a second time, and it's Chu still leading the field with Masters in behind, and Kendall Gretsch, Chu and Oksana Masters have shot clean. Zhai Yuxin as well, and Lera Durderline a little bit further back. So plenty have missed. And Vicker completes the penalty lap back into the race, but an awful lot to do. Now Vicker, who was at top of the podium in the recent World Champs in the sprint event, but it hasn't happened for her so far here at these Paralympic Winter Games in Beijing.
Masters just about to move up on the shoulder of Zhai Yuxin. And muscles past up this nasty little rise. She's trucking along very nicely, if that margin is correct, and she hops into the middle. A preferred way of going at this point of the course, and a very efficient turner, isn't she, as is Zhai.
Smooth as you like, in and out of the corners, Oksana Masters. Effortless, the technique that she displays. So Chu, now then, she's not missed a shot yet and has to remain clean, really, to hold off Masters. And indeed, Kendall Gretsch. A masterclass in controlled breathing there, and indeed marksmanship from Chu Bei, really taking it to the Americans here, Masters and Gretsch. So that's the gauntlet thrown down.
Yeah, it's one of those moments in sport that we treasure, where all you have to do is sort of listen and watch. Listen to the breathing, watch the result, and it's a good result for Chu. There's 15 out of 15 Masters. You know, the snow conditions have changed just in the matter of 48, 72 hours. It's softening. There's no residual snow around the hills of Zhangjiakou, as you've seen on our wider shots. They're able to keep the course covered, but the actual nature of the snow, as it endures these warmer temperatures, not much that course officials can do about that. Just keep packing it down and grooming it as best they can. But we're into spring, and really the temperature's quite warm, 4 degrees when they started the race, and we're just a few minutes away from the start of the men's seated event as well, over 10 Ks. So they'll slightly overlap, we expect.
Masters, her third visit to the shooting range. Clean as a whistle. May all come down to the last visit and those last 5 shots. So Chu, no misses from 15. Masters, no misses from 15. What can Kendall Gretsch do? Terrific shooting from our top 2 racers here.
Vicker pushing in hard. Had a couple of misses. Quick swivel on that sharp hairpin bend. Much better from Wang. It had been indifferent up to that point. An improvement on the third stop.
Yeah, currently in 7th place, Wang. Gretsch with that one miss from her first visit to the range. Faultless ever since. So Kendall Gretsch up and away. Another good visit, more clean shooting. And Gretsch still very much at the races here.
Yeah, she's just picks up valuable seconds here and there with the speed of her 5 shots. Shan does a fine job. Missed a couple in the second stop, all good in the third. And quite a bit of traffic around the range, entry and exit. First miss for Dirdeline. A little bit of a grimace as she gets back to the upright position. A disappointment there.
Kukla. 4 misses so far.
Just a little bit of a breeze disturbing her hair and a racing bib. And you can see the red telltale flags in front of her at the range. The athletes, as they come in, certainly have a quick look at that to see the direction and just how strong the breeze might be. Not telescopic sights on these rifles. Vicker moves in and gets set once more. Miss at each of the first 2 stops for the German. And another one. Looked to be going so well. At least, you know, think of, say, Kukla, who's had a few difficulties at the range. At least that's something you can work on. But I think Vicker, at the stage of her career, would hope to be shooting a little better than what she is, having missed 3. So we're getting set for the men's event now. I'll bring you up to date with the women's, of course. There's the field. We've got 19 starters.
Yep, so this will be overlapping the women's race, and Liu Mengtao, 1 and 3 for China in the sprint event. Taras Rad goes off last here for Ukraine. He won the silver medal. The 2 Ukrainians to go off last, actually, in Kravchuk and Rad, with Aaron Pike, who hope to be in there as well for the United States. So this will be a fascinating race too. We've got a couple of Brits in there, and Knossen as well for the USA, just off the podium, the 41-year-old. Asaltsev to go first for Kazakhstan, 47 years young, Asaltsev. He was decent with the rifle in the sprint event. Didn't miss a shot, but his time was well down Fabulous athlete, but of course the years are working against him now. Assault serve, it's his second Paralympic Winter Games. Was at 20th in this event 4 years ago.
Won Yumin of Korea. Interesting backstory. Born in Seoul, moved to Canada, played wheelchair basketball for Canada, came back to Korea, and here he goes. Top 10 in the sprint World Championships 2019. Nice easy action, gets him away.
Yeah, going to be very busy out on the track with these two races happening side by side. Xu Yunfeng next to go. A 25-year-old from Pingshan in China, who's 18th in the sprint event. 7 misses at the shooting range, so the marksmanship is the element here that he needs to improve upon. We know that the Chinese have been really strong. 33 para-Nordic athletes competing in the cross-country and the biathlon here at Zhangjiakou at their home, the Beijing Winter Olympic Games.
Just catching up with, we can see that in the distance there, that's Masters in the range. And Gretsch perhaps with the lead at that shooting stage, so Masters has got some serious pushing to do. And she's gone through clean, so that's 20 out of 20. She'll be delighted with what she's achieved with the rifle.
Well,
and now she's got to push for all she's worth.
Absolutely, and Chu much the same. So it's all about Kendall Gretsch, really, at this last visit to the range. If she can go clear, then she has this race, surely. Masters has moved up into top spot, but then again, Kendall Gretsch has to shoot again. Fascinating end to this one shaping up, really.
Yeah, and Gretsch with a 96% time factoring. Zhai, just the one miss so far. Oh, that will hurt.
Well, a miss there, and that scuppered Zhai's chances of, albeit an outside shot at the podium there. So it's looking very, very good for Masters and Chu.
Gretsch has gone clear there. That one miss came in the first stop, so she's then shot 15 straight. So Gretsch in a great position for top 3 finish, possibly second or first. We'll see what Masters does around that final lap. Masters will cross the line ahead of Gretsch, but it's about that factoring. Got it. Well done, Shan.
Yeah, just those 2 misses at the second visit to the range that has well, not done any good at all to her prospects of another medal. Silver in the sprint event, Shan, when she was dead clean at the range.
This was Masters earlier. Masters and Chu, the only 2 at all 4 stops to go 5 out of 5. Pressure's on. A perfect shoot. It's just such a boost. Not only for the time, but the confidence. And Masters will really attack the last couple of Ks. Seeking a second gold medal. A winner in the sprint.
So looking very good for Gretchen Masters. Straight shootout by the looks of things.
Now the course being shared with the men, and Masters coming towards the finish of her race now.
And she and Xu Beibei are at 100%, so their times are the actual times that we look at. Gretchen at 96%. So she has that that factored time calculated into her final finishing number.
Masters reduces herself to almost nothing, doesn't she, in those downhill sections as she gets deep into the best possible aerodynamic position she can find.
Real speed as well on the downhill. Yeah.
With that greater trunk function, she's able to achieve that. Gretsch, one miss early on, pushing for all she's worth.
Yep, Kendall Gretsch, remember, the world champion at this distance in this event in Lillehammer. So she has the form, and she has the nous, and she had the marksmanship skills in Lillehammer. The one miss here, not that it's hurting her too much, unlike Anja Vicker, whose aim has been off again here, as was the case in the sprint event 48 hours ago.
Just a 3 out of 5, so another couple of 100 metres spent around the loop for Anja Vicker, unfortunately. And first of the men, also leaving the range to Vicker's right, to our left. And here is Masters. Just cresting that rise into the home straight. Is it to be another victory for Masters? Xu not far behind. This is going to be the time to beat. Masters pushing and pushing. Just throwing herself at the last few metres, and Masters in 33.21 even. It'll be good, but is it good enough? Well, a wave to the support team and to the generous fans here who've cheered her on. And Xu comes in 4:54 behind. That's a tribute to the wonderful skiing and pushing of Masters, that she's got that kind of a gap over Xu, who also did a fantastic job at the range.
Yeah. Now it's all about Kendall Gretsch. She has the gold medal in the palm of her hand. Can she do it?
33.21 to beat.
Well, the other racer there is Wang. Some way back. Gretsch pushing past. 2 more medals for the United States guaranteed here, but who will win which colour?
Oh, this is going to be tight. She's got 25 seconds to get there. Gretsch will be aware. Just got to throw everything at it. 15 seconds. Gretsch or Masters. Gretsch or Masters, and it's going to be Gretsch by 8.7 seconds. Just a flicker of a smile there amidst the exhaustion for the American.
What a push to the line for Kendall Gretsch, and a terrific recovery after missing a shot during the first visit to the shooting range. Masters went clear, but Gretsch was just quicker.
Looked to have a slightly better pace about her today in this race than in the sprint. And Jai into third place at this stage with a 37.20. Gretchen Masters significantly too good for the field, at least those that finished so far. Got China third and fourth, and sitting provisionally in fifth as well with Shan.
Yeah, this is Shan to come over the line. So 37.17. Oh, she's got there. 4 minutes behind, just over, but it's enough to sneak onto the podium. So Shan behind Gretsch and Masters.
Well, Gretsch and Masters will enjoy the look of that big screen and the result of a 1-2 for the US. Gretchen Masters, long-time rivals. Gretsch, a big fan of what Masters has done in the sport. Early standings for the men.
Yep. So the middle distance men's race happening out on the circuit as well. So Pavlo Bal of Ukraine made a really good start. We've got Aleksik and Kravchuk and Rad also in there for the Ukrainians. Aaron Pike down in 10th place. So Rad, Taras Rad, silver medalist in the sprint event, one of the big favourites here. And we know that the Chinese are going to be strong too. So that is our leader at present, the 35-year-old Pavlo Bal.
He's just done a penalty loop though, and that will impinge on his chances somewhat. It's coming up 11:15 in the morning local time. Beautiful sunshine, softening snow, 4-5 degrees above zero.
And as ever, it will come down to who has the eye in the shooting range. So it's Fly coming in, we can see there, and then bib 36, that's Liu Zishu of China. Liu Mengtao.
That's the two Liu competitors from China, first and third in the sprint. Liu Zishu, the winner. Liu Mengtao, the bronze.
There's a miss. Penalty loop required.
There is Taras Rad, a silver medalist from the sprint, pursued by Kravchuk, 38.
Yeah, Taras Rad already announced himself in Pyeongchang 4 years ago. A real prodigy in this sport, Taras Rad. A pair of fourth places, but he won this event, so the defending champion knows what to do. He got it down at the age of 18 in Pyeongchang, 4 years older, 4 years wiser, and here he is into the range. Kravchuk follows him.
There's two of the Ukrainian hopefuls going last and second last away from the gate. Oh, Rad, rock steady. There was barely a movement. He's supreme control.
Yeah, brilliant that from Rad. Missed the single shot, the first visit to the range in the sprint, but so far so good in this middle distance event.
Just moving there past Zhu Yunfeng, who's got to do a penalty loop or two. Still a bit of movement on the flags, the red ones to the right in the range and the national flags in the background there, making a colourful backdrop. But they're more than just something to look at for the competitors. It's quite meaningful for them to confirm the direction of the breeze and the strength. Kamatov, 24-year-old Kazakhstan.
He was 16th in the sprint event. 7 misses, all told, up and out of the range, and trying to overcompensate there. Real power through those ski poles. Back in the race.
25-year-old Wang Tao. 2 misses at the first stop. Corrects well.
So 7 have completed their second visit to the shooting range. We've got Liu Mengtao and Zapatinsky in there. Scott Mina coming in for Great Britain and Alexander Alexic.
So some good pace generated in this downhill section. A bit of a reprieve. And they make the most of it.
And 29 coming into the range. That's it's Alexic actually exiting, and bib 32 there. Liu Mengtao, medalist in the sprint, got the bronze, but another miss. So that's 1 miss in the first, 1 miss in the second visit. And bib 36, Liu Zishu.
Already 1 gold medal to take home. The men skiing in this sitting category, the same course as the women. It has a total climb per lap of 44 metres. It's just under 2 kilometres long at 1,982 metres. Now Knosson. Rare miss for 41-year-old.
Yeah, it's not quite happened for him, has it, here in Beijing? Had a terrific Pyeongchang Games with 5 medals, including a gold, but just outside the medal positions in the sprint event here. 1 minute down on Liu's time, with a 4th place for Knosson. Difficult for him to make up the gap now. Talking of Liu Mengtao and Liu, the gold medal winner. 1 miss in the first visit to the range. 5 from 5 here, though. Excellent recovery.
Shizu is away. Perhaps we should call them Shizu and Mengtao for the sake of clarity, but anyway, Liu Shizu. Just the 1 miss won't completely ruin his chances, providing he can go clear on the next 2 stops. Indeed, he's still in contention, but some 20 seconds down on Taras Rad. Yarovyi not going so well. Shin of Korea has missed too many. Shin actually missed 4 out of 5. Rad now.
Oof.
Where did that come from?
Yeah, it's gone wrong for Taras Rad for those 2 misses and the second visit to the range. That's really going to hurt his chances.
2 loops, 200 metres to ski, unfortunately for Taras Rad. That invites a few back into the contest. Yu Mengtao on his way up this hill, and behind him Scott Mina of Great Britain.
Yeah, that's Mengtao just leading that body weight into the corner and then on the downward.
Just wanting the skis to run now as fast as the wax and the surface will allow. Pulling in a bit of extra oxygen at this higher altitude, that's really a feature of the racing here, an extra test offered by Zhangjiakou complex.
So 2 Ukrainians, Bao and Rad, just moved out of shot. That's 27, the Canadian Zaplatinsky. 22, Liu Mengtao, the 20-year-old, our provisional race leader by just over a minute. Despite those 2 misses, 1 at each of the first 2 shooting stops. And 23, bottom of your picture there, back in the race shoe, Yun Feng. And then 38 is Vasil Kravchuk, who's just had another miss on his second visit. That makes it 3 all told. Hotly fancied coming into this. Kravchuk alongside Rad, the strongly tipped Ukrainians.
Unfortunately, another one of the Ukrainians in Maxim Yarovyi has withdrawn now. I did see a brief shot of him earlier, looking a bit lost and not racing anymore. Well, we now can confirm that he's withdrawn. Yarovyi. He missed 7 shots at his first 2 stops, and that is that as far as Yarovyi is concerned in this one. Liu Mengtao. Needs to be efficient here. A couple of misses so far at the first 2 stops. Goodness, that's quick.
Lightning.
That's the way
from Liu Mengtao. He wants another medal.
that's the way to get it done.
Yeah.
Well, you immediately make up seconds on the field with a shoot like that. 5 from 5 and barely a second between shots. Anyone would be proud of that effort.
So the race order at the top of the field here, shifting around. Liu Mengtao above Wang Tao, Zhu Yunfeng, and pushing Sergei Asaltsev down into 4th place. So again, China really going for it.
Pavlo Bal now into the range. He's 9 out of 10 so far.
Nicely done. Bal lifts himself into contention. the 35-year-old Ukrainian.
Interesting decorative work on the rifle as well. It's a smart-looking thing. Liu Zishu looks like he's just hurting a little bit, but just getting himself settled. And down. Taking in a couple of slower, longer breaths. Get set for this important shoot.
Recovery there after the miss of the third shot.
18:49 the exit time of his compatriot, though, and he's got to do the 100 metres. Unfortunately for Liu Zishu.
So China 1 and 2. Taras Rad giving himself a fighting chance here. And then Liu Zishu completing his penalty lap.
Doesn't take them long. But it's valuable seconds. Chased out of there by Daniel Knosson.
Yeah, Knosson, who had that fabulous Winter Paralympic Games in Pyeongchang 4 years ago. Another highly regarded member of the US Para-Nordic squad here. And talking about highly regarded athletes, it's Martin Fleig there after 2 misses and his first visit to the range. He's gone clear since. Another very experienced athlete who's at his 3rd Winter Paralympic Games. A multiple world champion as well in cross country as well as biathlon.
Now Shin, who had that real setback at the first stop with 4 misses. The breeze maybe has just backed off a little. Not a lot of movement on the telltales in the range. So Anya Vicker earlier and crossing the line in the women's race.
Yeah, so an overlap with our first 2 races of the day in the sitting category here in the Parabiathlon at Beijing 2022. The women were the first to finish their race.
She's forced away into 3rd spot. That's why she was a little bit emotional there. She's pushed the German Schan and Jai out of that 3rd position. So Vicker, despite those misses, a tremendous finish.
Yes, man, come on.
Back to the men.
Hold it down now. Put it down now.
Well, the effort really taking its toll there on 1. Not far to go now, but far enough if you want to get amongst the medals. Liu Mengtao still pushing on there for China. Sensational. The last couple of 100 meters, by the way, from Anya Vicker in that women's race.
Did ever so well, and just another medal for this fabulous German competitor, but it's getting set in the right position. Liu Mengtao gives up another few seconds there, and they're all valuable. Needs a clean shoot. Last time, and oh, 1 gone.
Well, that could cost him 3 misses all told in the shooting range for the bronze medalist in the sprint event.
Aaron Pike looks like he's heading for a penalty loop along with Liu Mingtao.
Yeah, 4 misses now and still 1 visit to the range to come for Aaron Pike, partner of Oksana Masters, so he'll be aware of the success of his other half, the continued success of his other half at these games. And coming round at a real fair old lick, that's Liu Mingtao.
He was looking for the inside passing lane, wasn't he? And Pike obliged.
Yeah.
Let the faster skier get past.
Out of the penalty circuit. 3 misses all told, though, for Liu Mingtao. So we'll have to see what sort of pace he can pick up over the latter portion of this race.
Don't always see Formula One drivers so polite, do we?
Yeah.
Liu Zishu. How's he feeling? There's a bit of distress there. A bit of an ache in the shoulders, as you'd expect. A tough, hard race. They throw everything at these 10Ks. Snow not exactly cooperating. It's slow.
Val and Aleksik, the 2 Ukrainians in at the range. A couple of misses there for Bal. He'd really picked up after the 5K mark, but another couple of laps of the penalty circuit required for Pablo Bal, and that'll hurt him.
Ahead of him in 24, Callum Du Bois of Great Britain. And in comes Liu Zishu. Crucial moments coming up. Oh, goodness.
It's all gone wrong for the sprint gold medalist.
Well, 2 out of 5 is not going to get it done late in proceedings.
Flag comes into the range. So that's Knosson. And Liu just disappearing out of shot there.
Knosson's had another couple of misses. Flag now. So after a couple of misses at the first stop, he's tidied things up nicely with his next 3 visits. Liu Mingtao, bronze in the sprint. Gonna flip things around here potentially. Clear, firm instructions.
Into the tuck, and the generation of a bit of extra speed. Controlling the adrenaline is what it's all about now. He's completed his shooting requirements as Liu Mingtao. 34 there. That's Shin, the experienced Korea Republic biathlete. Now it's Taras Rad.
Well, he's had some of each today. Good at the first and last stops. 4 missed in the middle, though. And as quick as he is, that's a miss or two too many. So Drew comes down 34.02, our first finisher.
Yeah, nice to have a reference time here. So, Zhu, they'll be followed by Liu and Wang. Saltsev, the Kazakhstani, who was first to go off. So this is Liu Mengtao, the bronze medalist in the sprint event. 3 misses all told, so those 3 penalty laps required. Coming up here on Wang, his compatriot.
So Liu Mengtao needs to beat 34.02. And he's giving it plenty. And the crowd, what there is of it, trying to help him home. Yeah, Saltsev well off the pace today.
Yeah, comes in 35.53. So next over the line is going to be Wang. Takes a provisional first.
But not for long.
Not for long at all. Liu Mengtao then, 156.3 inside the best time. So the sprint bronze medalist comes in the time to beat, 33.7.7.
And he missed 3. But looking down our list of competitors, it's hard to see anyone that's shot clear. Nobody has today. Well, yes, they have. Won of Korea. It is not especially quick across the snow. We'll see how Won ends up, though, with 20 out of 20. That's a marvellous effort. Liu Mengtao has to be beaten. Can anybody?
Fleig giving it some in hot pursuit of the German Kamitov. And Won of Korea. So Fleig looking to just keep in control, the German.
Aaron Pike, a couple of misses there for the big American.
Next over the line, Mina. 2:34 down. So for a few brief moments, there's a bit of joy. Kamitov next over the line from Kazakhstan, 37.49.8. So our reference time, our provisional top spot at the moment, Liu Mengtao at 30.37. So Martin Fleig, 41 seconds outside that time.
Scott Mina of Great Britain for the moment in 3rd position with 33.11.7. There'll be some jockeying, one would think, as the young Alexic comes in 5th position, 17 years of age, and looks it, doesn't he? 31 is Pavlo Bal. Nice pace at the finish. And he's heading for the top 3 provisionally. Comes across in 32.31.
Yep, so that's Wang down into 3rd place. Scott Mina pushed off the podium. But with our latter finishers, there's going to be a lot of chopping and changing at the top of the order here.
But with Liu, a minute 54 ahead of 2nd place Bal at the moment. Liu is looking good for something here, if not the top prize. 35 is Martin Fleig.
So 32.31 is the silver medal position at the moment. And Fleig really pushing on for a tremendous finish here. The Fleig into 2nd place, the individual, the gold medalist from Pyeongchang, and he loves that.
Yes.
Well, sending out the love. We'll see what happens to him eventually. And Liu and Shizhu into 3rd. the boys of Great Britain crossing. And Daniel Knosson as well.
So as things stand now, it's China, Germany and China again. But we've got Rad to finish. And Rad makes third, 49 seconds down. So, Liu Mengtao, top of the pile for China.
Well, Flyke is busy celebrating. You can't believe it. He's just over the moon about how well he's done. And Rad into third. He's missed 4 targets today. Liu Mengtao just patiently, inwardly celebrating perhaps. He's got to be feeling confident now. I've never seen a happier potential silver medalist than Flyke. It's got the flag flying. He's just over the moon about his race and his result. Good on him.
This extraordinary run of success for the host nation continues in the Para-Nordic events at Beijing 2022. Liu Mengtao, bronze medalist in the sprint, has upgraded to gold here in the middle distance race.
A strong Chinese contingent of 4. And it's Liu Mengtao who leads the way for them. Yu Zishu finishing 4th. And there's our happy friend Martin Flyke, the 32-year-old from Germany.
4th silver for the Germans in the Para-Nordic events here at Zhangjiakou.
That flag freshly out of the cupboard, neatly folded, waiting for the occasion. And Taras Rad, well, what would his race have been if he'd just missed a couple less at the range? But anyway, a great 3rd place for the young man. Still got 1 out on the course, 1 to finish. Looks to be Aaron Pike.
Yeah, Kravchuk with a strong finish, getting him up to 4th place. But yeah, after Yarovyi's failure to finish, it's just Aaron Pike to come in for the USA. And the Chinese success story continues. It's a 5th gold medal for the host nation here in either the para-biathlon or the cross-country at Beijing 2022.
Well, coming into today's events, Ukraine and China had won 12 of the 18 available medals in biathlon. Had a couple of events since, but another good day for the host nation picking up this one. The middle distance for the men, seated category, Liu Mengtao. Pike, not a lot of enthusiasm about this trip home. Maybe he's not feeling 100%. Might get an explanation later about the way he's bringing this home. He's only just managing, I think. Not his customary enthusiasm. Could be carrying a slight injury.
Yeah.
Wants to finish, though.
Absolutely. Yep, it is a big deal to get that finish. Pike for the United States. Knosson, by the way, finished 12th in this race. One of the big hopes at the 41, Daniel Knosson for the USA. But Oksana Masters and Kendall Gretsch apart, it's been largely all about the Chinese and the Ukrainians here at the host nation, with another stunning gold medal. Absolutely brilliant as Pike enters the home straight here for the USA to complete the second race of 6 on this second day of Parabiathlon at the Beijing 2022 Winter Paralympic Games.
He just casts a look towards the big screen to see who's won this event. It is Liu Mingtao, Martin Flag of Germany second, Taras Rad, Ukraine third, and Pike comes gently across the line and probably pretty relieved to get it done.
The final finisher in the men's middle distance in the sitting category in Parabiathlon at these Beijing 2022 Paralympic Winter Games. And China, Germany and Ukraine take the medals. Liu Mingtao, bronze medalist in the sprint, has a gold in the middle distance. Martin Flag has another Winter Paralympic Games medal. And likewise, Taras Rad, silver in the sprint, bronze in the middle distance for the Ukrainian.
That's the result of the women's event slightly earlier. Kendall Gretsch and Oksana Masters a 1-2 for the United States, and Anja Vicker, the German veteran, coming across in third position. Shan, Zhai, Wang and Chu for China, 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th. Kendall Gretsch putting in a smart race, just slightly getting the better of Oksana Masters by just under 9 seconds.
Brilliant win for Kendall Gretsch. World champion, and now the Winter and Paralympic Games champion too. So we look forward then to the recognition ceremonies. This is a nice moment in the arena for the medal winners before the medals themselves are awarded at a later date.
Gretsch, Masters and Vicker will know each other very well, courtesy of World Championships and previous Paralympics. There'll be some good camaraderie between those three, especially for Masters and Gretsch, obviously. You know, Masters couldn't have done much more. shot clear. But if Gretsch had done a little less, she could have won. But the difference of 9 seconds, well, one more missed shot and Gretsch and Masters would have been swapping positions. But Gretsch has done as she needed to. Just sorting out positions here. I knew that Gretsch had to be in the middle. Is that right? Yes, they've got it sorted.
Well, what a finish from Germany's Anja Vicker. 8 years on from her gold medal in this event in Sochi. It's a bronze in the middle distance event for the 30-year-old. She's done it again, hasn't she?
Yeah, and looking well pleased with the outcome. Got the full set already.
13th Paralympic medal all in for Oksana Masters, but our champion in the women's middle distance here, Kendall Gretsch. 5th Paralympic medal, 4th at the Winter Paralympic Games. A terrific win.
Masters and Gretsch like having these Paralympic Games so close together, so 6 or 7 months since Tokyo. Well, those are precious moments, aren't they? Got a Shui Rongrong mascot there, the lantern figure. Medals, as we've explained, come a bit later.